Greetings, gorgeous one. I am the goddess known as Jackie Gates. It's been absolutely ages and way too long since I've sent you a video. And for that, all I can say is, sweet pea, you've been on my mind. I've just been so immersed in my own journey that there really hasn't been anything to share that, how do I put this? Firstly, that would be horribly too much information. And secondly, that would actually help you. I've been on a journey. Really, it's been something else. Mercury's been in retrograde, so I blame him, her, it, on just being not able to communicate really well and feeling horribly stuck and feeling like I'm pushing against a wall. I know there's bliss and abundance and wonderful stuff on the other side of that wall, but I couldn't, no matter how hard I chiseled at it, didn't seem to be able to break through, or even make a crack in it some days, it felt like. And really, misery loves company, and I didn't want to put that onto your plate. It also was such a juggling act because I so know that with the law of attraction, what you focus on, you get. So if I was focusing on the stuckness, I was obviously going to get more of the stuckness. So that was a huge revelation, and that came about 2-3 days ago. And I've been focusing on rather the bliss and abundance on the other side, on owning my passion, on being able to see a direction, finding clarity. And it's so interesting because whoever I've spoken to in the course of my day-to-day communications, so many goddesses have been in that same position. But there's a bubbling feeling of release coming. Mercury is moving, so it's not just me, it's a planetary thing. And Angel, I can believe that most of you would feel the same way, even if you can't noticeably pin it down as to what the discomfort is that you're feeling. But for myself, it's been, I'm almost wordless. I have been on so many different paths, and each one has given me a glimpse. And it really feels like things are starting to combine, to mesh together into one whole vision that is intrinsically mine, that is something that I can own and move into and live. I'm about to turn the big 50 next year, and I just know that by the time I do, my life will be completely different to what it is now. The frustrating thing is that I haven't known what direction I should head in to make that happen. What I realized is it's not so much the making it happen as the allowing to unfold. And so when you're urgently trying to get somewhere, when you're pushing, when you're driving to some kind of vision, sometimes that energy is best served by allowing, by letting the universe give you prompts. We can push so hard in one direction, thinking that that's how we need to make something happen, that we don't see the other direction that would allow us to flow and create that same vision quicker, faster, easier. I just want you to know that if you've been feeling stuck, if you've been feeling directionless, if you've been feeling like you keep pushing against the same brick wall and nothing's going quite as you want it, or maybe you just haven't been pushing at all like me and you've been sitting waiting for a sign, or waiting for some kind of indication as to what direction to go. I really felt like I was at a crossroads, but unless I take some kind of step, I'd be at the crossroads all my life, and I know that that's not going to work. So what I want to tell you is that focusing on the stuckness only gets you more of the stuckness. Focusing on how you want to feel at the end of the day, how you want to feel when you get to wherever it is that you aim for, how you want to be, that's what you focus on. Because you need to start being now. There's been a lot of inner work to get to this point, and I don't think anybody really can shortchange the inner work. You have to listen to your inner voice. You have to give it precedence over any kind of external influence, however well-meaning that influence might be. Or whoever you know, if you've invested in a company and you've paid money to be in that company, but there's still that resistance, you need to go inside to find out what that is. Don't blame the economy. Don't blame outside stuff going on. It's always within. Always, always, always. What you think about most, what you focus on, is what your reality will be. In fact, your current reality, mine too, is just a reflection of past thoughts. I've been studying a lot about the law of attraction. I've also been studying myself to find out why I think the way I do. But not focusing on the past, because there really isn't any point in that. The past is gone. It's just to see some patterns so that I can see what I need to not focus on. Abraham talks about that. He says, or they say, that it only serves you to go into the past to give you contrast. In other words, you can look at what you don't want just so that you know what you don't want, so that you know what you do want. That's really where I've been. I don't think that one needs to rehash or scrape open past wounds. You just need to acknowledge that they're there and that they don't need to affect you right now, because your only moment of power is now. It's in the present, as Eckhart Tolle says in his book. Your only power is now. And really, if you're living in the past, you live in regret. And if you live in the future, you're living in anxiety. The only place for peace is right now. And doing what draws you, doing what makes your heart sing, doing what feels right. Whether, like me, it's been following a nudge to listen to a particular seminar, following a nudge that says you should read that book, or something in a movie that says start juicing. I've done nearly 30 days, actually nearly more than 30 days of juicing. Not completely, but 80% of my meals are juice now, or of my nutrition is green juice. It's been life-changing. But it came from an internal nudge, something that I followed. And as you practice following internal nudges, internal twinges, voices that say do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that, as you follow them, they get louder. They get more confident, and they get more sure. And it's your job, really, to follow your heart. There is only one of you, Angel. There is only one of you here on this planet, and there only ever will be. In the movie Hugo, he talks about seeing the world as a giant clockwork piece. Every movement, every gear is precisely orchestrated and absolutely necessary. I thought that was such a delicious version of the world, because you're not here by accident. Neither am I. Neither is that horrible person that cuts you off in the middle of traffic. We're all here for a reason. We're here to play a pivotal part, to add to the energy of the growth of this planet. And until you listen to your inner guidance, you might not find out what that is. So, sweetheart, give yourself 10 minutes. Give yourself 5 minutes. Give yourself a moment of wordlessness at the next red stoplight that you stop at. Give yourself that moment to go within and say, what should I do now? What's right for me? What would I feel good about doing? When you answer those questions, miracles happen. Life unfolds in amazing and interesting ways. And sweetheart, that's what I wish for you. I promise not to leave it so long in between communications this time. Have a fabulous day, and I'll talk to you soon.